The Tears of the Kingdom trailers have dropped enough mysteries to give Velma the runaround. I feel like we're in a constant back and forth of, who's that? What's that? Where's that?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
I think the problem has little to do with what we don't know and way too much to do with what we already know. Our brains are naturally curious. We love to discover new things, tinker with parts, decode complexities, and draw connections between patterns. But the problem many of our favorite Zelda theorists are facing is too many similarities. That figure, that motion, these swirls. What if there is no one explanation, but many? When I took a step back, the very fact that these references exist paint a much larger and more intense photo than my measly microscope could handle. This is it. The culmination of the series, the reuniting of our favorite moments, the end of the cycle. The Tears of the Kingdom trailers show us that the future of Zelda is nothing we haven't seen before. During one small clip in the first trailer, we see Zelda spin on her heels. She pulls a hand to her chest in surprise. If this clip looks familiar, you have a good eye. This animation is extremely reminiscent of Zelda's first reaction to Link in Ocarina of Time. The spin, the direction, the raising of one hand, the open-mouthed expression. The animation is nearly identical. Another possible reference to Ocarina of Time, one few have missed, is the number of symbols surrounding the carved beast. There are 7, just as there are 7 sages in Ocarina of Time. Many people have speculated that this correlation proves that dungeons and collectibles make a comeback in this new game. I truly hope this is the case, since my biggest gripe with Breath of the Wild was the absence of traditional dungeons. As an aside, I do want to mention that there are also 7 sages in A Link Between Worlds and in Twilight Princess. 7 maidens also appear in A Link to the Past, and 7 palaces appear in Zelda 2. Just a lot of 7s in these games. The similarities between Skyward Sword and Tears of the Kingdom aren't exactly hard to miss. In the trailer, we see Link running atop floating islands. When he jumps off, he performs the same falling animation that we see in Skyward Sword. Not only does the Sky Realm appear in this new game, but another element of this game may also appear in Tears of the Kingdom. In Skyward Sword, Zelda, who is indwelt by the goddess Hylia, blesses the Master Sword with light force, granting it the power to destroy evil. Though speculative, it is possible that the Master Sword loses its light force once it is broken. Or perhaps the light force is stolen from it, causing the damage we see in the trailer. In Minish Cap, Vanny breaks the Picori Blade, an enchanted sword created by the Minish. Link's quest becomes a journey to reforge this special blade, referred to as a sacred blade by both King Daltus and Eslo. I find this point interesting because Tears of the Kingdom also portrays a sacred blade that has been broken. Perhaps Link's task will also include the reforging of his Master Sword and the reactivating of its light force. The beginning cutscene of Four Swords shows Zelda and Link approaching the seal where Vati has been imprisoned. When they approach, Zelda notices that the seal has grown weaker. While checking the seal, it just so happens that Vati breaks free and kidnaps Zelda. At first, you might wonder how what I just stated relates to Tears of the Kingdom. If you watched a previous video I made titled, I Put Tears of the Kingdom Trailer 1 in Order, you have a better understanding of what I'm getting at. But don't worry, I'll summarize it again for you. I believe that the first trailer shows Link and Zelda searching for the source of the leaking malice. They stumble upon Ganon, who appears to be growing stronger. Suddenly he breaks his bonds and awakens with such force that the ground begins to cave in. Zelda falls through into the blackness. This speculation parallels the beginning cutscene from Four Swords, and possibly foreshadows the rising action of this new game. You don't have to search long to find instances where the Twilight and Tears of the Kingdom are paralleled. Believe me, theories are everywhere. Oh look, another one. Here are a few highlights. The glowing cyan lines seen on the ground in the trailer, as well as on the broken Master Sword in the logo, are highly reminiscent of those found all over Twilight structures and items, especially the fused shadow, the Twilight portals, and the Twilight themselves. I have another theory about what this color actually represents, but you'll have to, subscribe for that one. People have also drawn connections between tears in the title and the tear that Midna used to shatter the Twilight Mirror. People have even suspected that this dehydrated Ganon is the same one from Twilight Princess because he appears to have a stab wound in his stomach in the exact spot Link impaled Twilight Princess Ganon. But what I suspect to be the greatest reference to this game are the light tears. And I'm not just talking about the mysterious item on Link's belt that looks suspiciously similar to a vessel of light. This shot from the trailer doesn't just show us a random glowing orb. I believe this golden drop is a light tear similar to those from Twilight Princess and the sacred tears from Skyward Sword. This tear may even contain the light force needed to reforge Link's broken Master Sword. The question we are left with is, were these references intentional or simply artistic similarities? If intentional, they could mean that Tears of the Kingdom truly is the culmination of all games, the end of an era, the completion of the Zelda timeline. Miyamoto could be bringing back our favorite Zelda moments for one final Infinity War. But I do admit this line of thinking is a stretch. Instead, I think the creators are pulling from what worked in the past and doing it even bigger and better. Instead of bringing back a specific character or race, they are reimagining the potential of our favorite plot points, and I'm excited to see it. The research I compiled for this video has given me an even greater perspective of the plot for the new game. I sort of already mentioned it here, but I'll be putting it all together soon in an upcoming video. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. And hey, thank you all so much for your support. The Zelda community is full of some of the sweetest people I've ever met. I don't take your kindness for granted. Have a great day. See ya!